Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another video. I hope everyone's having a great day. Before watching the video, please subscribe and like it. Todd Chrisley takes a bad fall, ends up on crutches, and relives the drama. It was a quiet morning when the unexpected happened to Todd Chrisley, the reality television star known for his sharp wit, pristine suits, and a life that rarely escapes public attention. The fall was sudden, unplanned, and a stark reminder that even the most put-together personalities can find themselves off balance both literally and emotionally. According to close sources, the incident occurred during what was supposed to be a routine moment. A misstep in his home sent Todd sprawling onto the floor, pain shooting through his leg. Almost immediately, the world paused for a moment as the star, known for his confidence, was left clutching his knee, wincing, not just from pain, but from the shock of the situation. Soon afterward, Todd was seen navigating the halls of his residence on crutches, leaning into the physical support that mirrored the emotional support he would soon seek from his inner circle. The fall was not just a physical stumble, but a metaphorical moment of reckoning, a symbol of vulnerability rarely shown in his polished public persona. Friends and family rallied around him, offering comfort, encouragement, and laughter in the way only those closest to us can do. His children shared that the accident, though scary at first, turned into an opportunity for closeness and honest reflection. In fact, this mishap opened old wounds and reignited memories of past struggles once Todd had fought hard to leave behind. As he rested and healed, Todd found himself revisiting moments of doubt, conflict, and emotional pain. The fall became more than a misstep. It became a gateway to stories untold, a confrontation with challenges long buried beneath years of camera flashes and choreographed smiles. He began speaking candidly about his past, the pain of public scrutiny, and the strength it took to maintain composure when the world seemed to watch his every move. What happened next surprised even his most loyal fans. Rather than hide the truth or minimize the incident, Todd leaned into the story. He began sharing insights through interviews and messages to his followers, peeling back layers of his life that had long remained hidden. The fall had taken something from him, yes, but it also gave him the freedom to be more human, more real, more connected to the very people who admired him. Even through injury, Todd remained a performer, but not in the traditional sense. No longer was he playing the flawless patriarch. Instead, he stood and spoke as a man who had been shaken and stirred into vulnerability. And in that vulnerability, he found unexpected strength. Chrisley's temple had been violated. The silence that surrounded the world of Todd Chrisley was broken in a way no one could have expected. A sacred space, a private refuge, a place that had long served as a symbol of control and order, was turned upside down and shattered in meaning. This was not just about a broken door or a misplaced object. It was about something deeper, something personal. It was about a violation of spirit, of space, of identity. Todd Chrisley, known for his meticulous standards and strict sense of personal boundaries, had always treated his home as more than just four walls and a roof. It was a temple, a carefully curated sanctuary built brick by brick with pride, pain, and precision. It was the one place where his voice, his choices, and his values reigned supreme. And yet, in the quiet shadows of recent days, that sacred place was intruded upon, disturbed in a way that left him shaken and exposed. Sources close to the situation revealed that the violation was not just physical, but emotional. There was no dramatic smash of windows or roaring alarms. Instead, what occurred was something more intimate and unsettling, an invasion that struck at the heart of everything Todd had built around him and within him. It was the kind of disruption that made him question his safety, his privacy, and the intentions of those around him. The damage, Todd stood still for a long while. He surveyed the space, the energy, the air around him, all of it different, all of it tainted. Gone was the sense of order, the comforting glow of familiarity. In its place stood chaos, quiet but thunderous, a disruption so personal it felt like a betrayal. Friends said he did not speak for hours, not because he had nothing to say, but because no words seemed worthy of what he was feeling. The temple had been violated, and with it the man who built it. The spiritual toll was evident in his posture, in his eyes, in the silence that now hung heavy over every corner of the space he once called safe. In interviews past, Todd often referred to his home as an extension of his soul, a place where intention met inspiration, where discipline met love. He chose every piece of furniture, every scent, every candle with purpose. He lit them not just for ambience, but as an act of grounding, as a daily ritual to reclaim peace from a world that often refused him grace. So when that space was disturbed, it was not just a crime against his property. It was an emotional break, an unspoken war against everything he used to protect his inner world. This was not about things being taken. This was about something being broken, something sacred, something that no insurance claim or apology could ever truly replace. The emotional aftermath rippled through his family, and his circle friends gathered around, offering quiet support, standing at a respectful distance, but close enough to show they cared. Each one understood that this was not a moment to fix, but a moment to feel, the moment that required time, care, and the kind of healing that comes slowly if it comes at all. What makes this moment so deeply significant is the context in which it occurred. Todd has always lived a life under scrutiny, his reality shaped by camera crews, magazine headlines, and public curiosity. But the temple, the space behind the scenes, was never meant for public consumption. It was where the performance ended, where the masks came off and the man began. And yet even that last line of defense had been crossed. It raised questions about trust, about fame, about the cost of being known so deeply and yet so widely. Todd found himself confronting not just the present damage, but the long echo of past wounds. He spoke in private about moments in his past where boundaries were blurred, promises broken, spaces, and brought those memories back into sharp focus. And it forced him to reflect not just on what was lost, but on what still remained. The journey to rebuild would not be easy, nor would it be fast. But Todd Chrisley has never been a stranger to challenge. He has never walked away from fire. Instead, he walks through it, even if it means walking alone. As the days passed, he began reclaiming the space little by little, rearranging the furniture, relighting the candles, repainting the walls, all acts of quiet rebellion against what was taken. Every gesture became a declaration, a refusal to let pain define the future of his most sacred place. And as he shared parts of his healing with those who follow his journey, he was met with compassion. Messages poured in from fans, strangers, and kindred spirits alike, stories of similar violations, and the long road back to peace flooded his inbox. And in that shared pain, there was also shared strength. In time, Todd spoke not just of the violation, but of what it revealed: the value of boundaries, the importance of inner sanctuaries, the need for spaces that reflect and protect the soul. He encouraged others to guard their own temples, whatever shape they may take, be it a room, a journal, a garden, or simply silence. He reminded them that to protect what is sacred is not selfish, but essential. Though the event may fade from headlines, its impact will linger long after, and perhaps that is the hidden grace within the chaos, a reminder that even in moments of violation there lies the chance to rebuild, to renew, to reimagine the meaning of home, the shape of peace, and the strength of self. Todd Chrisley knows his temple was violated, but he also knows that a temple is more than walls. It is spirit, it is truth, it is resilience, and that can never be taken. Being on Chrisley Knows Best paid off for Todd Chrisley. From the moment the cameras began rolling on the first season of the family reality show, Todd Chrisley stepped into the spotlight with confidence, flair, and an unmistakable charisma that drew in viewers week after week. While many questioned whether the highly curated lifestyle shown on screen reflected reality, few could deny that being the central figure of Chrisley Knows Best brought major rewards for the man behind the image. Todd Chrisley quickly became a household name. The show served not only as entertainment, but also as a platform that expanded his reach, influence, and business opportunities. With every dramatic family dinner, heartfelt confession, and sharp comment delivered with his signature Southern charm, Todd built a brand that extended beyond the living room television screen. Being on the show opened doors that might have remained closed otherwise. It placed Todd in front of millions of viewers every week and created a market for everything he touched. His social media following grew, his endorsements increased, and his opinions suddenly mattered in circles far beyond reality television. The exposure brought attention not just to his personality, but also to his ventures and partnerships. Friends close to the Chrisley family noted that Todd knew how to use the moment wisely. He treated the show as a business opportunity, carefully shaping his image to reflect both strength and relatability. He leaned into the drama when needed, but also allowed space for genuine emotion. He built trust with his audience, and in return, they rewarded him with loyalty, admiration, and in many cases, financial support through product appearances and branded content. Despite public challenges and legal battles, Todd maintained his sense of purpose and control. He continued to use the fame he had earned to speak his truth and to defend his family in a very public arena. And even as headlines shifted and critics voiced doubts, Todd remained a prominent and influential figure. The payoff of being the face of Chrisley Knows Best was not just material wealth or media recognition. It was the chance to tell his story in his own words, to shape public perception, and to bring his unique blend of disciplined humor and emotional depth into homes across the country. That ability to connect, to be seen, and to be heard was perhaps the most valuable return of all. Even during difficult times, Todd never lost the ability to command attention and drive conversation. Whether fans watched out of love, curiosity, or controversy, it watched. And in the entertainment world, being watched means power. In the end, Todd Chrisley did what few reality stars managed to do. He turned fame into a form of influence, and influence into opportunity. Through all the ups and downs, being on Chrisley Knows Best ultimately paid off for Todd, not just in dollars, but in legacy. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.